All right, January the 3rd workout. I'm a little bit under the pump today because my wife is going to the gym in about an hour and 40 minutes. So I've got to get this done. So I had to make some changes to my program for this cycle, for this 4-week mesocycle, because what I did on Monday, my side goal, my primary goal this year, handstand push-up, one-arm pull-up. But before I do that, I have to fix this niggling golfer's elbow, which is like 90% fixed, like I can do pull-ups. Couldn't do pull-ups when it was really fresh. But what I did on Monday made it worse, so that's not good. So you've done the wrong thing. So I've had to adjust my program. I've had to take out some things that I wanted to be doing, to really try and build my chest and shoulders up. And I've had to, put more care, more focus onto the golfer's elbow rehab stuff. So we'll see how that goes. And what I'm also going to do, and this is a big one, I was going to be doing intensification training, so doing sets of 3 reps with weighted pull-ups on 3 workouts a week. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do weighted pull-ups on Monday. And then today, Wednesday, I'm going to do just body weight pull-ups. I'll try 5 sets of 8. We'll see how I go if I get 5 sets of 8. And then on Friday, I'll do a deload workout where I only do 2 sets, but I'll do semi-supinated or neutral grip pull-ups. And I've actually got these things coming. I got an email from Australia Post saying that they'll be arriving today, so hopefully they do. These are, I think the brand's called Kensoy, where you hook it on the pull-up bar and it does like a semi-neutral grip, so it's like halfway between supinated and semi-supinated. It's like that. And I'm really looking forward to trying those out because it allows me to choose the width of my neutral grip, and it also doesn't go full neutral. It goes halfway between the two. And, the grip that you use for pull-ups is a form of periodization. It's like doing a dumbbell chest press, or a neutral grip dumbbell chest press versus a pronated grip dumbbell chest press, or an incline bench press versus a flat bench press. All these variables are different ways that you can periodize your training. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I also started getting the onset of a muscle spasm in my mid-back on the right side in yesterday's workout, so I'm just going to pay a little bit more attention to dealing with that. It's funny, muscle spasms, I understand them so much more now after having Phil and Nilesh, 2 sports physios who are good friends of ours, after working with them in Unity Gym for years. And I got to, chat to them every time I had a spasm, what I used to call a knot or a cramp. And they just explained it to me over and over again, enough that I really got to understand it. And, spasms it's basically your body responding to an abusive load or something that it perceives as a threat. And so the nervous system tightens up all the muscles and you experience inflammation and a spasm, where you have a lot of pain and you get reduced range of motion and you feel like you've got to go to a physio or a chiropractor or a sports massage. And you can, if you learn to manage load, so when you feel it coming on, if you do a workout for those muscles, so it's like literally when you get a back spasm in your lower back, that you actually go and do a deadlift workout or hip thrusts or squats, something that uses those muscles and reminds the nervous system that this is okay, that it's not dangerous and it doesn't need to lock this area up. So you do reduced weight, of course, you don't do the same amount of weight. But another way to do it is with trigger point release, which is what I'm doing right now. So what I'm doing is I'm laying down on this massage ball and I'm finding these spots where the spasm is, and I'm just applying an immense amount of pressure to create basically a pain response, something that the brain and the nervous system goes, oh, and has to deal with. And that changes the nervous system's confirmation of what's going on in the body. And it can help to relieve the spasm or the cramp or the knot or whatever you want to call it. And because that's what I used to ask Nilesh when he was like doing physio treatments. I mean, he's digging his thumb into me, and I asked him what he was doing, and he explained that that's pretty much what it is. My favorite balls to use are these lacrosse massage balls. And some places sell them for like 30 or 40 bucks, but you get the same thing on Amazon for, depending on what country you're in, like between $6 and 12 bucks. I've got a link in the description of all my videos of the equipment that I use, where I've found the best prices for them, because like some sites like these So Right things, some of the sites are really, really expensive and others are a good price. So if you want to get anything that I use, go to the link in the description of this video, and that's the best price that I've found it at. And of course, also you help the channel, because we get a small commission at no cost to you, but it helps us grow. It helps me be able to afford to buy more equipment to use in my workouts and to test out for you guys, so I can make better videos. Oh, this So Right is one of the best tools I've ever found. If you've got tight hip flexors, there's nothing like it that gets into the hip flexors like this. Oh, it's brutal, but good. And just doing, like, you can see what I do if you're starting to watch these videos and you're getting to know my warm-up and what I do. My warm-up is my warm-up. You know, we teach a template warm-up with the 20-minute mobility routine for people that are really new to this stuff. You can get it at unitygym.com. If you're watching now, it's actually half price. We've got a New Year's sale on. And then in the UMS app, we have a warm-up that we teach people. But everybody's warm-up over time. Like it took me time before I needed to customize my warm-up. But you know, you learn the basics of the UMS warm-up, and then you customize it to your needs over time. And so my warm-up has evolved, and it continues to evolve. It evolves with what I need from month to month, based on how my body's going and also how much time I've got. I don't have as much time today, and my body's feeling... Normally I do a bit of skin the cat in my warm-up on the gymnastics rings, but because I'm in school holidays and I have to take care of my son a bit and I have to manage that with my wife, my warm-ups are a little bit quicker. All right, let's do it. Hi, and I haven't shared this for a little while. These are the supplements that I take during my workouts. I have creatine. You know, creatine has a lot of good, you know, there's some people don't like it for whatever reason, but there's good research to show that it supports good muscle growth and increases strength and all that stuff. And this is electrolytes. The VPA, who is my sponsor, my ambassador, the company that I really believe in and I get behind, they're out of electrolytes at the moment, so I'm having LMNT. I can't order any VPA electrolytes. So this is what I drink during my workout. But what I also do is I have zinc, and I have Tongkat Ali. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. And I also have vitamin D3, because those supplements can help with testosterone. They can help boost testosterone levels. And I listen to Andrew Huberman for a lot of my, you know, to stay up to date with current research. I get my bloods tested probably twice a year, I'd say. And the last time I got them tested, my testosterone was above the maximum level. I was really happy with it. For my age range in Australia, it's like it's 8 to 29 nmol, and I was 30, so I was just above the normal range, which I was really happy about. I just finished my warm-up round. I did my set of protracted push-ups, and then I did 3 reps of my pull-ups. So now I'll just wait like 2 minutes after the end of that set of pull-ups, which means I've probably got another 60 seconds. I'll just put a timer on for that. And because I'm under the pump today, to be efficient, I'll probably just record or film my 1st and 5th round of the primary so that I can be really efficient, because I've got to get this done by 10 o'clock before my wife goes out. And I'm not exactly sure how long this workout's going to take, because I made some changes from my last workout, but it shouldn't take more than 90 minutes. So I use this weight belt to measure the distance between my hands and feet. And it's also really good because it gives me a center point of my body, so I can keep my eyes centered to make sure that I don't start shifting my weight to favor my strong side, which is something that can really happen with calisthenics. And that just makes your imbalances worse. So it makes so that every single set, the distance between my hands and feet are the same. So a lot of good reasons to do that. Okay, so let's get 3-second eccentrics timed. Let's just get that timer started straight away after my set. And then I mess around recording my weights and stuff like that, because you really, like, if you're not honest or accurate with your rest times, then the workout just blows out and it takes so much longer. And efficiency is really important when you're doing as much as what I'm doing in a workout. It's really important to be efficient. You can see that's already 52 seconds. And I'm meant to only have 2 minutes rest between sets. So I'm just going to get a 30-second stretch in on each side. And then it's time for my pull-ups. Or I rest for longer than 2 minutes. And it's not just about efficiency. Periodization, rest between sets, is one of the variables that we manipulate in periodization. So it's not just a random thing. It's not just rest until you're ready to go again. By manipulating rest time, we force adaptation, and we manipulate periodization, and comes into progressive overload. So rest times are important. If your program says 2 minutes rest, you rest 2 minutes. If your program says 90 seconds rest, you rest 90 seconds. You don't kind of do what you think. Need some chalk. It's a little bit more slippery than I expected. All right, I got 8 reps. Let's start my rest interval. All right, I got 8, so that's good. We'll see if I can maintain 8 for the whole workout. I'm actually, because I'm focusing on strength and growing muscle this year, I'm only doing 1 rest period for my primaries is for flexibility. So in the UMS, normally I'd do another stretch now to be more efficient, get more flexibility done within the workout. But, that comes at the cost of being prepared for maximal strength development. So everything has a trade-off, right? And you've got to decide what you want. So bodybuilders and powerlifters and people that are, trying to get strong or build muscle at all other costs, they don't want to do any stretching or flexibility between their sets because that will interfere with their ability to produce max effort, which is true, but it's going to come at the cost of flexibility. So if you want to be strong and flexible and you don't have the time for 2 workouts a day, then doing the strength and flexibility 1-to-1 ratio like what we do in the UMS is a really, really good way to get it done. But for me, I'm doing a longer workout so I can still get flexibility in. I can still get all my flexibility in, but it gives me a bit more time. So I've got 20 seconds now, I've got to go. Oh man. Sticking to tempo is really tough. If you're honest and you stick to tempo for every set and you stick to prescribed rest time for every set, it's really tough. All right, so I did film my second round. That was the second round. I don't think I'll get 8 reps for all 5, but I'll do my best. All right, about to start the 5th and final round. And I'm pretty fatigued now. I barely got 7 reps on my last set of pull-ups. I still got the bar to mid-neck, but it was a total grind. So I don't think I'll be able to do more than 6 reps in my last set, maybe even 5. And so what I'll do is I'll do rest pause to force a total volume of 7 or 8 reps. So I'll do my set, when I can't do any more, I'll drop down for 15 seconds, and I'll do one more, drop down, do it again, and do that 2 or 3 times. So I'll still only record 5 reps or 6 reps or whatever, so that I'm accurately tracking my progress, but to get the volume to force adaptation, I'll do that little bit extra. And this is my last set of this, and what I'm really working on here is my left shoulder isn't as developed as my right shoulder. I've been putting so much focus into getting this right side, which was the worst injured side on the slap tear, that it's now grown more mass. So I'm really focusing on pushing with both arms, and I feel it a lot in my left side. So that's the real struggle here, is to be able to, get 8 reps with good quality. Now let's see. Oh, I only got 7. But it's still improvement. I don't think I got 8 reps in every set on my last workout. And a major improvement is, when I reviewed, when I looked at some recent pictures and I could see the difference in muscle mass in my left or right side, and I started assessing some of my strength. So it brought me back to really focusing on pushing evenly with both sides, and I can feel more going on in the left side now. So that's improvement, that's development. Identifying weak links in what you do. It's not always about getting extra reps. It's not always about adding more weight to the bar or to the dumbbells. Sometimes it's about identifying these things that you've been neglecting that are going to prevent you from going further, or that are going to open you up to more chance of injury, and then hitting those. All right, last set of pull-ups. All right, so I'm going to do max reps with good technique. When I can't get at least my mid-neck to the bar, I'll drop down and I'll do rest pause method. So you can see that rest pause method. It's a really good way to just totally cook yourself without throwing technique out the window, which I don't ever like to do, because I'm working on, at least not with my primary lifts, because I'm working towards calisthenic skills. It's not just about building the muscle and the strength, it's about building the movement pattern. So I always want to be doing the correct movement pattern. All right, so for my bicep curls, I'm going to do I think that's 75-degree prone bicep curl. So for the same reason People use a preacher curl at the gym to change the angle of the humerus, but I don't have a preacher curl. Woo. All right. Now I do a tricep curl. What am I saying? A tricep curl. Tricep extension to create structural balance in the shoulder joint. All right. I'll probably do 15s for the tricep extension because 12 and a halves will be too wide. My biceps are the weak link in my arm. One of the reasons I got golfer's elbow, because my biceps aren't strong enough for the load, but my triceps aren't a problem, so I don't do tempo with my triceps, anything like that. I just get the reps done, just so that it's all about, getting that volume and creating structural balance. And now I'll do a butterfly stretch. So this is my recovery time. So besides when I have to lift the weights up here, which is a big effort. So now my arms are recovering, but I'm doing active recovery by working on some flexibility. And this is working towards a middle splits for me. So just a loaded butterfly stretch. So I just let the weight push my knees down, and now I contract my glutes, which is really hard to do, to create a end range contraction. Very hard to do, but really effective, Creating strength at end ranges is one of the best ways to develop flexibility because it hacks the nervous system. So contracting your glutes at end range, or contracting any muscle at end range is really hard. If you do it properly, it's a journey just to learn how to do it. It's not something that you just go, oh, I've got to do that. Like, even trying to do it, every year that goes by, I can do it better than I could the year before, and you get a deeper understanding of what you're trying to feel, how to achieve it, which muscles you shouldn't be contracting, and you get better, you know? All right, I'm into my supplementaries now, so I'm doing my seated external rotation from the knee. Very overlooked exercise. I've just gone up to 7.5 kilos recently. After my slap tears, I could barely do. I could barely do like probably 2 kilos. So it's a big improvement, and it's taken time. Okay. Grip crushing. Do one eccentric at the end. Just to force progression, add more volume. Right hand's much stronger. Obviously, I'm right-handed. But that's why we do these unilateral movements, to work out imbalances. And then the antagonistic movement, expand your hands. So again, this is a pair, the Captains of Crush, the Iron Mind Captains of Crush is the grip crusher I just used. And these are the Iron Mind expand your hands. And of course they're just rubber bands, but when you get them from Iron Minds, you get a set of 9 pairs that are progressively more challenging, so you can use progressive overload. And I get them as a bundle together. I've got a link for where I'll get them on Amazon if you want to get them, in the description. Okay, so for middle splits, I'm doing a tricep now. 2 exercises for end range strength of the glutes, and then an active middle split. So here I'm fighting against gravity to strengthen my glutes at end range. And hold it, contract hard, try and pull those legs apart. This is probably the weirdest exercise you'll see in a while. I won't stop filming so you can see that I am doing a superset. Okay, so now I do same movement but going with gravity. So gravity is now opening my legs, but I'm working to pull them open. 10 seconds. 3 reps. Okay. I use the stick to measure the distance between my feet. And then squeeze the legs together as hard as you can. Posterior pelvic tilt. Come on. There we go. Woo. So the I've got to catch my breath. The the two exercises out there, those are end range contractions for the glutes, for the muscles that abduct your legs, that are the antagonistic muscles to the adductors that we're trying to stretch for the middle split. And when you create a really strong end range contraction for those, your nervous system shuts down some of the sensory neurons that detect that a load is too much, or that create contractions to resist you going for full range. So it's all these safety mechanisms in the body, and when you do those end range contractions, you can temporarily shut down some of those sensory neurons, so that then when you go and do an active middle split like that, you get increased range, like immediately. And then when you're strengthening through isometric contractions, in this case at your end range, it's a really, really good way to get flexible. All right, let's do another round. Okay, now I'm onto my golfer's elbow specific rehab work. So golfer's elbow is an abusive load to the tendons of the wrist flexors, and where they connect to the medial side of the epicondyle, the medial epicondyle. And so you have to do wrist flexion like this, but it's also, people think that it's just about doing the exercises that rehab these tendons and these muscles, and there's more to it, because it occurs from, it's not just weakness in that area, it's also dysfunction in the kinetic chain. So any kind of pulling movement, there's a kinetic chain of joints that work from the fingers through the wrist to the elbows to the shoulder, and any weaknesses or imbalances in there can cause more load than what the body wants in one area. So you also have to tackle, the elbow joints, so bicep work, and then the shoulder joints, so lats, deltoids, scapular stabilizers, rotator cuff. So there's a lot to it. And then, of course, we have to do antagonistic movements as well. So this has nothing to do with golfer's elbow. This has to do with just creating structural balance. If I do a push movement for 5 sets, then I do a pull movement for 5 sets. And kind of lost count there because I was talking. So, in this program phase, what I've actually done, I've reduced volume on other movements on other areas of my body that I want to be working on, like my chest or shoulders, but that created more space for more volume on this. So I'm actually going to do 5 sets of this because my body really needs it. This is something that's stopping me from moving forward with my goals, so I have to deal with it. I have to address it. Now, if you like this video, I do videos like this every day. I'm going to be recording my workouts every day of the year this year. And I'm in holidays at the moment, so I'm only doing one workout a day. But when I go back to full-time work next week, I'll be doing 2 workouts a day, so posting 2 videos like this every day. So if you like this one, check out one of those videos. And I got to finish this off quickly because any minute now my wife's going to come down and tell me I need to take care of our son while she goes to the gym.